Good morning, beloveds. It's Christmas. We have a reading, and that's exactly what our reading is titled, and it is an Ernest Holmes reading. So, December 25th, Christmas. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called the Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. And that is Isaiah 9:6. Today we celebrate the incarnation of Spirit into one whose works and words come to us as a direct revelation of the divine reality in which we all live now and have our being. Live, move, and have our being. We too are some part of this childship, so beautifully exemplified in Jesus, a childship which may blossom into our own experience as we unite our consciousness with His in love, in reverence, and in the sweet simplicity of the communion with the overdwelling and indwelling God. As there is but one Spirit, so there is but one child. The Spirit is forever changeless. The childship is forever growing and expanding. But since there is but one child, it is impossible to express this childship within ourselves without sharing it with others. It is impossible for us to recognize God at the center of our own being without realizing the same divine presence in and through all people. Our song should ever be unto all who dwells in and through everything. As we consciously meditate upon this indwelling presence, recognizing it, accepting it, and embodying its essence, we are reborn, and our outward experience changes to meet and reflect this inner realization. Today, realizing the meaning of divine childship, I consciously accept everything that it implies: divine wisdom to guide, divine love to guard, divine law to fulfill. I surrender every doubt or uncertainty, every fear of want or lack or limitation, every belief in pain and anguish, and every memory of discord unto the infinite harmony, knowing that my life is given back to me, bettered and ennobled. And that is Ernest Holmes. And I think that message is clear. If we want to claim the Spirit for ourselves, what better way to honor that Spirit than to claim it for everybody? Absolute. And that is I have a lot of favorite things about Science of Mind, but one of the things that I love about Science of Mind is that Science of Mind recognizes the divine presence within each and every being, whether they're acting like it or not. Because then we don't need to save you. We don't need to save each other. We don't need to go out and make each other wrong for what we believe. We recognize that each living being has a relationship with the divine, and that they get to choose how to make the most of that relationship. And should they come to us and say, hey, what do you know that we don't know? Then we're happy to share what we know. But we also are happy to go out and experience other people's faith traditions and understand that there's beauty in all of it. There's beauty in all of it. Yeah, there's a whole lot of messy parts in other faith traditions too, and I'm sure there are messy parts in our faith tradition. But the reality that we attempt to express every time is simply that. When I look at you, I see a beloved child of God. When I look at any living thing, I see a beloved child of God. I see the indwelling spark that we all share in common, the indwelling spark that makes us all siblings. And if I can see that, then it's going to be okay. The world is going to be okay. Because at some point we will all come to recognize our siblinghood, that we're all, each one of us, related to one another in the divine. And that we're grateful for all of the teachers.
Surprise!
All of the teachers that have come before, and the recognition that in our tradition, one of the master teachers was Jesus. He came in love, he lived in love, he worked in love, and he left in love. You know, and he knew to the core of his being who he was. And that's what he came to show us. Not who he was, but who we are. Who we could be when we accept and recognize that divine part of ourselves. And each other. And each other. So if we go back to Ernest Holmes' treatment, today, realizing the meaning of the divine childship, I consciously accept everything that it implies. Everything that it implies. Divine wisdom to guide, divine love to guard, divine law to fulfill. I surrender every doubt or uncertainty, every fear of want or lack or limitation, every belief in pain and anguish, and every memory of discord into the infinite harmony, knowing that my life is given back to me, bettered and ennobled. When I hand my life to the divine reality hands it back to me better. So that's our goal, is to work in alignment with the divine. So our mission today, should we choose to accept it because it's Christmas, is to consciously accept everything that the Christ consciousness implies. And he just gave you a list. All of the things that we get and all of the things we get to let go of. Consciously accept it today. Because as Meister Eckhart said, what good does it do to have the Christ child born 2,000 years ago if the Christ child is not born in me today? So, let the Christ child be born in you today. And have a Merry Christmas. All right? There's all the usual stuff that I say, and today is even more important. Christmas Day can have a lot of baggage for a lot of people. So of all of the days to incorporate the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself, today is it. Whatever baggage you may be carrying about this holiday, let it rest today. Don't pick it up. Don't pick it up. Enjoy the day. If it's going to be a quiet day on your own, if you're going to get together with family, whatever it looks like today, let today be kindness. Let today be compassion. Let today be love for yourself and for everybody that you encounter. If you've been practicing all year, you got this. You got this. I might need a quercetin. And be gentle with yourself. All right? So whatever kindness, whatever compassion, whatever love looks like for you today, practice that. You are your best test subject. You get immediate feedback. And today, it's a good day to practice it on everybody that you meet. Okay? And eat an extra Christmas cookie for me. All right, beloveds. I would the rest of the stuff, which is to engage your mind and your body. Hey, if Christmas is a day of rest, go for it. Rest. I do still am going to encourage you to drink plenty of water. That isn't going to change. It's literally still freezing out there. So hydrate. Super important. Your brain works better. And get that early in your day bright light. You know, there's no day that's not going to be a recommendation because, yep, circadian rhythms. And, you know, today is Sunday. So this year, and I don't know about you, but I get to go back to work tomorrow. So, bright light early in your day, reset those hormones. And today of all days is the day to take Ernest Holmes' advice and open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around you all the time. Heaven is a state of mind. Heaven is a state of consciousness. It is an absolute superpower that each and every one of us have because we can look around at this reality and find the good and create that heaven for ourselves. And when we do it for ourselves, we're easier to be around. And when we're easier to be around, the world works better. All right? So open the windows of your soul. My husband and I spent over an hour driving around the neighborhood next to us in our neighborhood looking at the Christmas lights. That's sometimes what it looks like to open your soul. Go do something like that. All right, beloveds. And as I briefly alluded to, take Emma's advice. Look for the good and praise it. All right. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center. We are Creative Life Spark on the social medias we are on. I am the Running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. You want to know what's going on at the center? And yes, since Christmas is a Sunday, we are having a Sunday service. Jesse had plenty to say last night, and I'm sure he'll have something even more interesting today. So feel free to check that out. It'll be on Facebook Live and on where you can come in person. I'm sorry. And you can, it's what I'm talking about, being gentle with yourself. I did not want to get out of bed this morning. And and I'll have it up on YouTube later. All right, beloveds. Here's where I get to encourage you. I usually start off with a great day, but here's where I'm going to encourage you to have a merry day, a wondrous day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, a magical day, a be gentle with yourself day, a Christmas day, a divine reality day, a do what you need to do day, enjoy the wrapping paper day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. It may be Christmas, but you don't have to make yourself crazy about it. All right? You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased, always and forever. All right? You are a divine spark. You are a brilliant light. You are God in motion. You are spirit in action. You are a godling. Remember who you are, especially today. All right? Okay. Well, we will have an 11 a.m. service for you. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. And I'll be back with you at 9 a.m. And we'll tackle the last week of this year with gusto. All right, beloveds, take care of yourself. Know that you are loved always. And I will see you next time.